Where he was after 12 o'clock, he says, I went for a rest and stayed in the nearby house number 0707. Hearing this, his friends become silent, surprised, and look at him. They ask, Brother, do you know where were you coming from?
Subscribe if you are making a part of one of Fear Channel.
A boy named Vance works as an assistant director. Vance, who lived in the city where a shooting was taking place, had a setup for a drama shoot. It was 12 o'clock at night, and Vance was unable to work properly due to fatigue. The director said, Take a 3-hour break, rest and come back, and then we'll start work again. Vance's house was far from the shooting set. He thought, if I go home, I'll spend 2 hours traveling. I'll just take the service of a guest house nearby and get a chance to sleep peacefully for 3 hours. With this thought, Vance sets out to find a house. It's 12 o'clock at night. As Vance passes by, all the lights in the houses are off. He sees only one house with its lights on, and when he goes there, he sees that the door inside is also open, and a girl is sitting on the sofa on the ground floor. Vance asks the girl for permission to come inside, and the girl says, Yes, come in. I always wait for someone new to come here. People have defamed it as a haunted house. Vance asks, Why, is it like this here? The girl says, There's nothing here. People are just afraid. And before 6 o'clock, they both run away from the house. Vance asks, Are you also here to find a ghost? The girl says, No, my dad kicked me out of the house. Sometimes I come here and stay. Vance says, All right, I'm feeling sleepy. I'm going to rest. With that, he heads to the bedroom to sleep, and at 3 o'clock in the night, when he opens his eyes, he gets worried after seeing the time because his director had given him a 3-hour break. He gets up and leaves from there, and he reaches the set of drama shooting, and his friends ask him where he was after 12 o'clock. He says, I went for a rest and stayed in the nearby house number 0707. Hearing this, his friends become silent, surprised, and look at him. They ask, Brother, do you know where were you coming from? Vance says, No. His friends say, If you had stayed there until 6 o'clock, you would have died there. People say there's an effect of spirits in house number 0707. After 6 o'clock, whoever is in that house, the spirits and witches there, possess that person's body and strangle them, leading to their death. Hearing all this, Vance starts laughing and says, No, friends, there's nothing like that there. I've come back from there safely in front of you, and I wasn't alone there. A girl was with me, and it was a good place with lights. It didn't seem like a haunted house. Vance's friends say, Everyone in this area knows this story. Vance says, Put a condition, I'll show you. Anyway, it's already 4 o'clock, let's go. I'll go inside and come back alive, his friends say. Thank God you came back alive. We don't want to put any condition on you. Vance says, Please be kind and come with me. You'll also feel relieved. Vance insists and brings his friends in front of house number 0707 and says, I'll stay inside until 6 o'clock and I'll come back alive. And if I return alive, I want a party from you guys in a costly hotel, his friends say. Even if you don't go inside, we'll throw a party for you. Don't take this risk. Just think about your life, Vance says. Oh, I'm worried too, and I know I'll come back safe. I've already been inside once. After saying this, Vance went into house number 0707. Now Vance was standing inside the house and the lights were on. He went further and saw that the girl was not there. He thoroughly checked the ground floor, but she wasn't there. He then heard the sound of someone breathing heavily from the upper floor. He went upstairs and saw the girl standing there, looking towards the bedroom. Vance asked her, Where were you? I was looking for you on the ground floor. What are you doing here? But the girl did not respond. She just kept looking towards the bedroom. Vance went closer to see what she was looking at and thought he should check it out too. When Vance looked towards the bedroom, he saw a girl's body hanging from the ceiling, and the girl was also looking at the same hanging body. Seeing this, Vance quickly ran to support the hanging girl, trying to save her. He called the other girl for help. "Come here! Help me save this girl!" The girl said nothing and just kept watching. Vance said, "What are you looking at? Come here and help me!" When Vance looked closely and saw the girl, he realized that it was the same girl who was standing in front of him and looking at him. It was the same face that the girl in front of him had. The two girls were not separate but one. Seeing Vance, both girls start laughing. Seeing this, Vance becomes very scared and his heart beats very fast. He quickly leaves both of them and runs downstairs. The lights on the lower floor are also out now, and the door is closed from which he entered the house. Vance's gaze falls on the clock. It's still 6 o'clock. He remembers his friends telling him to come out before 6 o'clock. Otherwise, his body would become possessed by the spirits and witches of that house. It's 6 o'clock and the door isn't opening either. Vance thinks, "What should I do now?" At that moment, he hears footsteps and the laughter of a girl from the stairs. He turns around and sees the girl approaching him with an unusual face and wild steps. Vance faints on the spot. When Vance's friends notice him, they quickly take him to the hospital. The doctors say Vance needs to be kept in the ICU. His condition is critical. Now Vance was under treatment at the hospital. Some days pass and Vance tells his friends that whenever he wakes up at night to go to the bathroom, he hears the laughter of the girl from the hospital corridor. It feels like the girl is watching him from somewhere. This goes on for a few days, and then Vance's heart attack occurs and he dies. But would you like to know about house number 0707? So listen carefully to my story. The story of house number 0707. There was a family living in this house. They had a daughter named Amy. Amy had a boyfriend and Amy loved him very much. They were about to get married soon. One day, at 6 o'clock, the boyfriend was coming to meet her, but he couldn't come. It was found out that he had died in an accident. The shock was difficult for Amy to bear, and she hung herself from the fan in her room. After her death, her parents left this house and shifted somewhere else. After them, no one came to live in this house, and due to the sound of the girl laughing, people didn't stay in this house and this house became deserted. But even today, house number 0707 is closed. Would you like to visit this house?